We head to the Hourglass as Liu Kang siphons a Jade Jaguar to get his powers back. I personally wished he reverted back to his MK11 god form design when getting his powers back, to help emphasize his Titan powers returning. Chapter 14. Liu Kang. I believe the time of death was when the multiverse was introduced. Liu Kang starts looking for other Titans in other timelines. And Liu Kang finds Titan Katana. But this is no ordinary katana. This is Liu Kang's katana.
You are my Liu Kang.
The same one who battled you in Shang Tsung's courtyard. Who fought at your side at the Colosseum. Who beamed with pride when you became Outworld's Khan.
You're a good kisser, Liu Kang. But also
out of everything the multiverse shoots out to us, this is genuinely the best thing to come from it. This is our katana from MK9 and MK11, and now she's become the keeper of time. So I am automatically invested in this character. This is also closure for Liu Kang. Other than Geras, no one really understands Liu Kang's struggles with godhood. So to meet your lover, who has been put through the same responsibilities as you, makes the scene very touching.
Why does fate seem always to conspire against us? To deny us life's simple pleasures?
I don't know. Perhaps in one of the many timelines, they are ours.
Titan Katana to me justifies why Katana is on the roster. Here's a hot take. I think it would be cool if Katana never existed in Liu Kang's universe, and Titan Katana was the secret final character you can unlock after beating the story mode.
Is your mind addled?
Liu Kang then gathers more Titan friends to help. Now we see Titan Kung Lao and Titan Raiden. Okay, so let me explain what the fuck is going on here. At first, I thought this is the katana from one of the endings in MK11. And this is Mortal Raiden from those endings too.
Wait, is this the good ending? Where Liu Kang and Katana, you know? Is that human Raiden from MK11, the ending?
But that is not the case. These are characters who come from an alternate reality, where they defeated Kronika instead of Fire God Liu Kang. They are literally from the MK11 arcade endings, which is the exact same case with King Kano from Mortal Kombat Legends Snowblind. Funny how that movie spoiled the biggest plot twist in M1K 1 year prior.
When you play the game, whoever your favorite character is, everybody has a favorite character. But my feeling is like, you beat the game with Liu Kang, and it's like, okay, that's the ending. Is that the real ending? I guess what's the real ending? What's the real character ending? What's the lore version of it? And my answer to that is all of them. You know, if you beat it with your character, that's the ending.
It's a multiverse. I mean, everybody's doing multiverses right now, but this has been a multiverse forever.
The four Titans agree to stop Titan Shang Tsung.
The millions in my White Lotus Society will aid us, if needed.
Thank you, Titan Kung Lao. That seems very useful. The millions in the White Lotus Society might come in handy later on. Then Titan Shang Tsung ambushes them.
Oh my gosh, what is that skin? Dang!
I find it very funny that Titan Shang Tsung had the same ideas as Liu Kang when creating his minions. Both Tanya's using a staff, both reptiles being shapeshifters, both Liu Kang's have glowing eyes, both Nitara's being Megan Fox.
So what?
Very coincidental. Also, where the fuck is Titan Katana? She was right next to Liu Kang. Did she need a pee break? Titan Shang Tsung now realizes the existence of other timelines. I find it very funny that Titan Shang Tsung says he's so blind.
How could I have been so blind?
To not realize that there are other timelines. And yet it was the base universe version of Shang Tsung who figured it out first. The one that Titan Shang Tsung looks down upon.
How deliciously cold-blooded.
Your attempt to merge timelines has failed.
Yes. Your comrades proved most resourceful.
I feel like in Shang Tsung's mind right now, he's thinking, how the fuck did my dragon army lose to 11 people? They didn't even need the millions in the White Lotus Society to help, and thus, Titan Shang Tsung commences Plan B.
Thus, I have resigned myself to simply destroying your timeline. Once I destroy your hourglass, your timeline will cease to exist.
So plan B is way more of an efficient plan compared to plan A.
An astute strategy.
But because Shang Tsung genuinely thought he could win with his dragon army, fucking dumbass, he waited until now to commence plan B. And here's a funny thing. If Titan Shang Tsung just did plan B first, he would have won. Only Garrus is at the Hourglass. Just jump him, destroy the Hourglass, and call it a GG. But due to wanting to merge Liu Kang's world into his own, this arrogance of his was his downfall. Also, in Snowblind, they destroy the Hourglass, and yet their world is still fine. Thanks for not giving the movie writers the heads up NRS. By then Titan Shang Tsung sends his minions to attack. Oh hey Kitana, welcome back from your pee break. Hey Kung Lao, maybe now is a good time to call in the millions in your White Lotus society. So this fight is going to end pretty fast, right? Even though the villains are strong and iconic characters, they are up against 4 titans. Titans. Beings that are above the elder gods, the creators of the universe. Liu Kang can grab everyone and just spam his black hole fatality. But no. This is a fighting game. So of course the almighty deities will fight hand-to-hand combat with the goons. The Goon Squad! Maybe creating titans was a mistake NRS. The fight begins, and the minions will run towards the titans. Dark Li Mei and Tanya hit Kung Lao. Then Dark Reptile and Baraka run up. But they were already running 6 seconds ago. Nitara flies towards the titans, then vanishes for 15 seconds, and then lunges onto Garrus. Then Liu Kang and Titan Katana fight Dark Baraka and Reptile. Reptile is also wearing a different mask in the cameo render now for some reason.
Why?
The Hourglass is quite the mystical stage. In the middle of the stage, the Hourglass will be activated, then flip whenever the sand is on the bottom. To the left of the stage, there are some nice paintings. I'm sure they are painted by Liu Kang, but I think it'd be cute if Garrus was the one who painted them. One of the paintings will automatically paint itself, then disintegrate on its own. The way it disappears reminds me of Kotal's Coliseum from Mortal Kombat 11. The ground of the stage is a big sand garden, and yes, you can totally ruin it. I quite like this stage overall, and I must say, Liu Kang is a better architectural designer compared to Kronika. When you win one round, Liu Kang will say this.
Why not slither back to your timeline?
Slither back to your timeline. That should be more funny if I'm fighting Reptile, you know?
And this line got me thinking about the story mode as a whole. Love M or hate M, cameo fighters are a key feature in the story mode. Sometimes they are implemented well, but sometimes, I wish the cameo fighters can be playable. In Chapter 6, Kenshi has awakened his powers, and wields Sento. Now it's time for his great moment to defeat Ermac, but instead you play as Ashura. In Chapter 9, Smoke has been betrayed by his brother Bihan. And now it's time to fight his brother. You play as Scorpion, and Smoke isn't even a cameo fighter. The heroes are struggling against Dark Raiden and Sindel. So now it's time for everyone to band together and you play as Melina and beat them both. There are many moments in the story mode where I wish the cameo fighters and background characters had more agency. So let me propose 2 ideas. Number 1. Choose your fighter. There were times in the story where it felt like the main character you were playing as didn't feel mandatory. In Kenshi's chapter, I felt like I could also play as Johnny or Kung Lao. In Sub-Zero's chapter, I felt like I could play as Scorpion and Smoke too. And this is something they did in MK11.
Stop posting about
Mortal Kombat 11.
I'm tired of seeing it!
There are literally chapters dedicated to being able to choose which character you want to fight in the battle. And I like seeing the differences between the choices. In Chapter 4, during the sector fight, if you pick Sub-Zero, he struggles a bit more. But if you pick Scorpion, he just takes the fire like a Giga Chad. I honestly feel like a lot of power scaling issues in the story mode are a lot more excusable if the player gets to choose who gets to fight. If we got to pick who gets to fight Dark Sindel, I would still fucking hate the scene. But at least I got to pick my favorite to avenge base universe Sindel. Number 2. Tag Team. There are times in the story mode when the game wants you to feel like 2 people are fighting. Like in Chapter 13. Quan Chi and Shang Tsung fight the Dark Doubles. But most of the time, I feel like Shang Tsung is doing 99% of the work, because Quan Chi is just an assist. But if this is tag team, I would feel like I'm actually playing the Deadly Alliance. What's very interesting about this idea is that you can actually find a fully functional tag team system in the game files. NRS could release tag team as a separate mode right now to the public if they wanted to.
Right now?
Right now.
But I don't think they're ever going to do that, because the team is solely focusing on working on the cameo system. And if it turns out that tag team is more fun than the cameo fighters, I don't think the developers can handle that type of rejection. I think adding one of these systems into the story mode could elevate the entire thing by tenfold. Here's an extremely detailed graph as to how I would arrange the fights. Pause the video to see me lose my mind over this. This entire tangent applies to the villains too. Whenever the player is supposed to be fighting two characters, it just feels like I'm fighting one, because the cameo fighter barely shows up. In chapter 7, when Syzoth fights Li Mei and Reiko, it feels like Syzoth and Li Mei had an intense battle, and then afterwards just walked up and punched Reiko once. Again, this is something they do better in MK11. Around the tail end of MK Aftermath, when Shang Tsung fights Fujin and Raiden, after you defeat one of them, the other one will come and take his place. This makes me feel like I'm fighting against two characters, but cameo fighters don't do that for me. This is especially egregious after chapter 13, where every fight is against two dark doubles, but I feel like I'm missing out fighting half of these multiverse variants. We talked about the good guys and the bad guys. Now it's time to talk about the base cameo fighters. While I appreciate giving more obscure characters a chance in the spotlight, they also feel extremely irrelevant. Like, could they not think of a single thing for Darius to say during the story mode? It almost feels like NRS knows that they are insignificant, so why bother developing them at all? The only two exceptions that I can think of are Madame Bo, who ironically isn't a playable cameo fighter in the story mode, and Chameleon, where they actually treat her like a character in chapter 17. Overall, while I commend the experimentation of cameo fighters, this is probably the worst gameplay mechanic they added into an NRS story mode.
What were we talking about? Oh yeah!
This whole rant started because Liu Kang told Baraka to slither.
Slither back to your timeline.
Slither back to Sikander, Zaterran. Ah, so you're one of those warm bloods.
Liu Kang wins. Then Shang and his babes start blasting the Hourglass. The millions in the White Lotus Society saw their master lose to Li Mei with one kick, and sighed.
Let's rip the flesh from their bones. Are Tanya's of all timelines this evil? Mine is no better.
You should meet mine. She's a vast improvement.
F you OG Tanya fans. Liu Kang fights them, and while you fight, you can actually see the lasers periodically shoot at the Hourglass. Liu Kang wins.
Frowning, Liu Kang straightens.
Titan Shang Tsung and babes continue to blast the Hourglass, and it's starting to crack.
It has begun.
I clamped! Titan Shang Tsung manages a strained smile.
You really should stop them, you know?
Liu Kang!
No, don't help me, stop them!
Why is nobody stopping them? Just shoot a fucking fireball or something. Just walk up and hit them. But instead of doing any of that, Liu Kang opts to save Garrus, who has been getting sucked for 2 fights.
This is Sparta!
And Arc Tara is defeated, and she never gets a fight in this chapter. Maybe this is why Dark Tara was a cameo fighter in chapter 12.
Heal quickly, my friend.
Oh yeah, Garrus can self-heal. I kinda forgot about that mechanic for him.
Dark Liu Kang finishes him off with an inside crescent kick, then struts victoriously.
And now Liu Kang has to pick up the slack again.
I have bested twins far more evil than you.
Now that the Hourglass has been damaged, the stage gets affected too. The Hourglass will stop spinning. There's sand popping out everywhere, and the background changed from blue to gold. Liu Kang wins. The good one, I mean.
Are you good, Garrus?
Time. The Hourglass is failing.
Yeah, why don't you stop them?
Liu Kang tells Garrus to save the Hourglass. So Garrus time stops Titan Shang Tsung and does the backshot combo. Garrus has a Kamehameha clash with Titan Shang Tsung.
Fool.
I thought I was gonna say the F word.
While Liu Kang fights the babes.
Both are cracked reflections of me.
Both are cracks of fractions of me, that's funny.
And for some reason, Titan Katana has a different cameo portrait here compared to the previous fights.
Why?
You deserve
Okay.
Liu Kang wins.
Once Shang Tsung is finished, you will be too.
And then they survive after this fight. Then all the Titans join in on the Kamehameha clash. You know what? I'm gonna do a Shifriless Productions rant.
Shoot them with the f***ing
Fireball.
It is the easiest solution in the whole damn world! What the f*** is your problem?
They stop Titan Shang Tsung and fix the Hourglass. Shang and the gang retreat.
Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle.
Liu Kang determines that Titan Shang Tsung will be back, and that all timelines are in danger, so they plan to take the fight to him.
Assemble an overwhelming army from across all timelines.
What is going on in this game, honestly?
I think I just got permanent brain damage listening to that line. Like, I know the Injustice series is divisive, but one of its greatest strengths as a multiverse story was that it held back. Imagine at the end of the game, and Batman said we need to assemble an overwhelming army of supermen to stop Regime Superman. Do you see how dumb that sounds? Do you see how much pain MK fans are in right now?
I feel like I'm losing my goddamn mind! This is so fucking shitty! I can't take it!
And now the Titans are off to look for their overwhelming army. But before we enter the portal of no return, I would like to throw a hypothesis out there. It may seem like a small observation at first, but this one detail would have changed the ending of this entire story. Back in chapter 12, Base Universe Shang Tsung brought up the idea to find allies from other timelines, which led to Liu Kang finding his old friends in chapter 14. However, the whole reason Liu Kang went to look for allies was because they needed strength.
You said we lack strength. We might find it in other timelines.
And strength for what, you may ask? To fight against the Dragon Army. But they defeated the Dragon Army with just 11 people, and they never needed the Titans' help. But do you know what this all leads to? When Titan Shang Tsung shows up in chapter 14, that's when he finds out about the infinite timelines.
He is not yet aware of any beyond his and Liu Kang's.
Now let's imagine a scenario where Base Universe Shang Tsung never has the thought experiment and never brings up the infinite timelines. They would still be able to defeat the Dragon Army. Liu Kang would still be able to get back his Keeper of Time powers. And instead of Titan Katana and friends fighting Titan Shang Tsung, it would be the characters from Liu Kang's universe going against the villains from Titan Shang Tsung's universe. As much as I hate multiverse plots,
That multiverse crap.
this would have been more bearable. Just 2 timelines going against each other. Maybe then they could have time to develop Titan Shang Tsung's universe more. But no. Because Base Universe Shang Tsung couldn't shut his big fat mouth up. The cat is out of the bag. Everyone knows about the multiverse now. So everything terrible, awful, dreadful that is about to happen to the Mortal Kombat franchise is all thanks to Shang Tsung not shutting the fuck up.
You talk too much.
And that's chapter 14. It's just a bunch of fights against a bunch of multiverse goons we don't give a shit about. However, it is nice to see old faces from MK11, even though they are completely different faces. Sadly, they barely do anything with these MK11 characters, which sucks, cause this is like the only multiverse thing they set up that I actually want to learn more about. What is Titan Katana's timeline like? How would Liu Kang feel about Titan Kung Lao's timeline?
Immortal Lord of Time and Warrior Supreme. Beat that, Liu Kang.
Would Titan Raiden be proud of how his pupils turned out? I wanna see the millions in the White Lotus Society. All these stories, all these potentials, thrown into the garbage. Because we don't have time and we need to tell more multiverse stories. More and more and more and more. It's not about quality anymore, it's about quantity. The moment the Titans walk into the portal is the moment this franchise dies. Okay, I know I said that like 3 times already, but this is the franchise that is notorious for reviving characters, so cut me some slack. So let's head into this burning anus and embrace hell together.